What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. This is going to be a compare and contrast, and I'll let you know what I think is the better phone to get, the Galaxy S21 Ultra or the OnePlus 9 Pro. Now, both of these phones, specifically these models that I have in my hand, both have 256 gigabytes of storage, both have 12 gigabytes of RAM, both have the Snapdragon 888 inside of them. So on a surface level of just basic overall specs, they're both relatively the same. First, let's talk about the feel of them in your hand. Which one feels better, looks better, and all of that. So in your hand, the OnePlus 9 Pro is definitely lighter in your hand. It feels lighter than the Galaxy S21 Ultra overall. So if you need something just based off weight, you're gonna pick the OnePlus 9 Pro. Now, the feel of it in your hand overall, besides the weight, they both feel relatively about the same. The OnePlus 9 Pro has a 6.7-inch display, whereas the Galaxy S21 Ultra has a 6.8-inch display. So in your hand, again, they feel pretty much the same. They're both pretty hard to reach at the very top if you have small hands. Holding it with just one hand, if you have a pop socket or something on the back, it's gonna be a lot more comfortable, than without one. The look of these phones, I would say I prefer personally out of these two models. I like the way the S21 Ultra looks better. I think the camera, I like how it just hovers over the edge. I like the camera module overall, the way it looks as well on the S21 Ultra. I also like this matte black color versus like this kind of shiny, mirrory silver color on here. Button layout for physically on here, you're gonna get your power button on the right-hand side of both of these phones. On the OnePlus 9 Pro, you do have this mute switch that you can turn on for vibrate and silent mode and all that. And then you have your volume buttons on the S21 Ultra right here on the right-hand side. The volume buttons for the 9 Pro are on the left-hand side. But other than that, in terms of button layout or whatever, you're gonna get the same kind of buttons. The only difference would be that you get that mute switch on here, which I guess I don't mind that at all. It's definitely not a reason to upgrade to the 9 Pro over the S21 Ultra, but I guess if you're coming from something like an iPhone, it might be a little bit more familiar for you. At the bottom of the phone, you get USB-C on both and speakers, and you also get your where you put your SIM card for both of these phones. Neither one of these phones has micro SD card support anymore. Samsung used to, but no longer anymore. Neither has a headphone jack either. Both do have stereo speakers. Both of these phones also do have the camera sitting right on top of the display. Do you like it in the middle? Do you like it off to the left? I can see why someone might like it off to the left better, due to the fact when it might seem out of the way more so. But with selfie photos and stuff, I'd rather have it in the middle. So at that point, it's really preference. Next, let's talk about charging on these phones. And it's drastically different and much better on the OnePlus 9 Pro. The OnePlus 9 Pro is 65 watt wired charging. If you charge it wirelessly, it's 50 watts. So you can charge this phone ultra fast, like crazy fast, way faster than you can on the S21 Ultra. S21 Ultra, the fastest speeds wired is 25 watt. Again, that's 65 watt versus 25 watt. And then wireless charging is only 15 watts. So if you're looking for a phone that can charge faster, definitely get the OnePlus 9 Pro. Next, let's check out some camera samples that I took, videos and photos with both these phones. I'll do it on the back cameras, and I'll also do it on the front cameras as well. Hello, I am talking to the S21 Ultra as I move around my little office. Stiff arm for sure. Now I'm looking and speaking at the OnePlus 9 Pro. When I look at this, I always have to remember to look to the left, the top left, because that's where the camera is, because of the fact that the S21 Ultra is having, or does have, the camera at the top in the middle. But let me know which one, the OnePlus 9 Pro, which I'm looking and talking at now, looks and sound better on the front camera or the Galaxy S21 Ultra. All right, so what we're doing now is I have both cameras in my hand, and I have the ultra wide to give you a look at how they look and perform. 4K 30 on the back, ultra wide. Let me know if you think they look good, sound good. All right, so what we're doing now is I have both cameras in my hand, and I have the ultra wide to give you a look at how they look and perform. 4K 30 on the back, ultra wide. Let me know if you think they look good, sound good. Next, let's talk about the displays. Displays on both of these are 120 hertz and they run at 2K plus resolution. Both displays look absolutely amazing. Just, quality of the display overall. If I had to give a winner to this though, I would give it, at least in my view, just the looks alone, I would give it to the Samsung one. It just looks, I don't know, it looks a little bit more colorful, even though I have them both at vibrant and AMOLED and just overall those rich colors as well, have all that stuff turned on. I would still give it to the Samsung. I don't know, I like the way it looks better overall. So, but again, both displays are freaking amazing looking. Let me put a video on for both of these. Here's a video of both displays playing, and again, they both look really, really good. My preference, again, is the S21 Ultra, which is on the top here. Next, let's compare and contrast the sound on both of these. Go into online trending, and we'll choose the same song for both. We'll do Someone New. Ooh, that's a close one. I want to say the 9 Pro, the second one, actually sounded maybe a little bit louder and clearer. Let's jump up ahead a little bit here on the song. Okay, so I can kind of tell the difference just a little bit. I'll play another song, but I would say volume-wise, they're pretty much the same, it feels like. The S21 Ultra definitely seems to have a little bit more bass in it, which I do prefer. This is a little bit more trebly sounding. And I don't know these songs, so if I play it and it sounds awful, that's why. Yeah, breaking these down again, more bass in the S21 Ultra, volume is about the same. The OnePlus 9 Pro does sound more clear. And, it could be just the sound profile, how they have, both phones are set up. Both phones are really, loud and good sounding. It's really a preference thing for people. I can see, people liking one over the other. For me, I'd probably choose the S21 Ultra with the slightly better sound, just because of the bass. Now, both of these phones have in-display fingerprint sensors. The Samsung one is a little bit more advanced, but let's check these out, see which one I like better. And they're both, very accurate overall. So far since this phone's been out, this is my favorite fingerprint sensor under the display for any Samsung phone, the S21 Ultra. It works really good. It's really accurate. You don't have to press as hard as you did in the past. It's really, really good. The OnePlus 9 Pro also works really well. I got it wrong the first time. But I would definitely say I prefer the S21 Ultra one. It's more accurate. You don't have to press nearly as hard, but again, I'm not pressing that hard on the 9 Pro one. It's just, for me, it's not as accurate. And overall, it feels like the S21 Ultra one just works a little bit better. Now, in terms of performance on these phones, both of them are crazy, crazy smooth, fast phones. Now, I've used these phones long enough to realize, at least in my eyes, the OnePlus 9 Pro is smoother overall and just feels a little bit faster. It's like, this is definitely the smoothest phone I've ever used in my life, the OnePlus 9 Pro, that is. Now, S21 Ultra, again, no slouch at all. Zero, not a slouch at all, but just like smoothness and feel, you have to give it to the OnePlus 9 Pro. It's just crazy smooth, and a lot of it has to do with how they have their animation set up and the feel of their phone. And Samsung, on the other hand, has done huge leaps and bounds overall. So regardless of which phone you choose, you're going to be extremely happy with both of these phones in terms of performance. They're wonderful. They're really, really, really great performance overall. Software experience. Both these phones are huge in the software area, meaning they have a lot of tweaks, a lot of things you can customize. Which is great because, you come from something like an iPhone where you can't change a lot of stuff, or you weren't able to in the recent past. And you come here and you might be a little overwhelmed. And a lot of these, in terms of performance and in terms of software, you're going to get a lot of similar things in here. Obviously, you can change the wallpapers and the home settings. And this Samsung phone even has themes if you want to easily theme out your phone. OnePlus doesn't have themes per se. They have a little bit of a theme, but not as in-depth and downloadable as Samsung does, where you can download, different backgrounds that also change your icons and add different sounds to your phone to really theme it out the way you like it. But overall, in terms of software customization, they're both freaking amazing, amazing devices. Definitely the edge would go to the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra due to the themes and a few other tweaks as well, such as Good Lock, which Good Lock is going to give you even more customization and control over your phone. And the OnePlus 9 Pro really doesn't have anything up that alley of being able to do that much stuff versus what Samsung can overall do. So if you really, really want to customize your phone and get not just customizations, but great customizations and control over your phone, go the Samsung route. It is the best on the market. So which phone should you choose out of the S21 Ultra or the 9 Pro? Both of these are seriously amazing, amazing phones. You really can't go wrong with either one of these phones. They're just the performance overall and the customizations and the overall quality of the phones, the displays, the performance, the cameras. They're both absolutely amazing phones. But if you could only choose one, I think the better phone to purchase, due to the fact that you have more customization, I feel like the cameras are better. I feel like the performance is definitely within range, is the S21 Ultra. It's a great, great phone. For me, it's the best candy bar phone to get this year. Sure, you don't get as fast charging or as fast wireless charging with the S21 Ultra, but it still charges pretty fast at 25 watts wired and 15 watts wireless. It's a great phone. So either one's going to be great, but overall I'd have to say the S21 Ultra is probably the better phone overall. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.